All right, we got two engineers, both in Bangalore. They raised $18 million, built a product for 3 years, and just got acquired by a $100 billion cybersecurity giant. No flashy headlines, no unicorn hype, just pure execution. This is going to be the story of a company called Portkey, the AI firewall that's about to secure every enterprise AI agent on the planet. So let's talk about the founders, two founders. First founder, his name is Rohit. His startup in the past called FrameBench was acquired by a company called Freshworks. He spent 5 years at Freshworks as a product manager. Then he moved to the Peppermint Content and he built this product called Pepper Type AI. It is a AI writing assistant. But here's where it gets very interesting. Managing LLMs at scale is a nightmare. You can imagine APIs breaking, costs exploding, no visibility to what the AI is actually doing. Every AI engineer is feeling this exact pain, but no one is actually taking action on the infrastructure level. Both very familiar with the chaos of AI production, AI systems. And one of my favorite things about these founders is they were not chasing a trend. They seen a problem and they scratched their own itch. Fast forward, they got acquired. A centralized control plane that routes and monitors, secures, and governs every single AI transaction in the company. What does that look like? Every LLM call, every agent to agent communication, every token process, it flows through Portkey. And here is the absolute insane part. At Series A, with a team of 20 to 30 people, they were already processing trillions of tokens per month. Not millions, not billions, trillions of tokens. And that's pretty much an amazing metric to count for a startup that's only been not even 3 years old. Now, they purposely built this for the agentic AI era, where these enterprises aren't just deploying ChatGPT wrappers, but hundreds of autonomous agents that need to be communicated in real time with ultra low latency. So that's where Portkey came into place. They became the router, the firewall for this new world of AI. Go on any article out there, enterprises are doing one thing, they are adopting AI. And for that very reason, enterprises need visibility, they need cost control, they need security policies, they need governance, and Portkey gave them all of that in one platform. Now, Portkey raised approximately $18 million in total, a $3 million seed round by a firm called Lightspeed Ventures, followed up by a $15 million Series A. Now, if you notice, based off the amount of money they raised, they didn't go above and beyond with raising billions and hundreds of millions of dollars. They raised what's necessary and they kept the equity fair and reasonable. What they did was they signed these enterprise customers, they proved the category existed, and they doubled down. And then the acquirer came into place, Palo, Alto Networks. Now, unfortunately, the deal value was not undisclosed, but think of this in context. Palo Alto is a $100 billion cybersecurity giant. So yeah, this was very much a strategic land grab in a category that I believe is about to explode. And the thing about acquiring companies, the thing about the M&A process is it's not just about the team, it's not about the product, it's about the timing. And in this case right here, timing is everything. Like I mentioned, these enterprises are going to adopt AI, but specifically they are adopting and deploying these AI agents at scale. We're not talking about chatbots, we're talking about AI agents that's meant to help their current employees perform better. And I know there's always some confusion about AI agents versus a chatbot. With AI agents, the way I like to think of it is they can access your database, they can make decisions on your behalf, and they can take actions. And if you can imagine, the risk in that is large. I mean, if you think about it, these AI agents can in fact access sensitive data, behave unpredictably, and hallucinate. And in some cases, bypass this traditional security control. Palo Alto, one of the biggest cybersecurity companies out there, they've seen this company and they knew that this acquisition only made sense, not just for them, but for the entire tech industry. I mean, this is a pretty big move, but this allows for Palo Alto to say, hey, all of my clients, all of my customers, all of the AI transactions that's going to take place will be secure and audited. That's basically what it is. I mean, this acquisition really just shows you how fast this market is moving, to be honest. This acquisition, I think, is a huge signal for the AI space. It's one of the things like, hey, we're going to adopt this new tool, this new technology. And then it's a different thing to say, we're not just going to adopt, we're going to own the infrastructure underneath it. We're going to ensure that every transaction, every single alert has been captured. Now, what I like to do towards the end of these videos is I like to give my most random acquisition that I think might happen in the future. In most cases, it has nothing to do with tech. Sometimes it does. But my completely unrelated possible acquisition that can take place outside of technology is going to be with ISO speed. And I know it's like, what does this have to do with what we just talked about? We just talked about AI agents and how this company called Portkey got acquired. But hear me out. One of the things that I see happening a lot with a lot of these content creators that I think is going to happen more often, and this guy's a great example of what I'm referring to. But specific to ISO speed, I think what's going to happen with him is he's trying to rank to increase his numbers, to increase his visibility for a private equity firm to later acquire his rights and ownership. The same thing that this guy did, if you guys remember, this is the TikTok, you don't know what to say. I don't know. This is the I don't know guy. The same thing that he did, where he sold his rights to a AI firm for them to be able to basically make content on his behalf. I think ISO Speed is going to be doing the same exact thing. Totally left field, unexpected, but I think he's going to be making one of the biggest moves in the next 2 years that's going to be identical to this, where he's selling his rights, his ownership of his brand to a private equity firm for not $975 million, but for $2 to $4 billion. And the reason being, I see him becoming more mature as an adult. He was amazing and still is amazing as a content creator. But traveling around the world as often as he does, putting himself in situations that are sometimes not safe. I mean, the kid is doing backflips every single day. I think there's going to be a point in time when he realizes when he gets 28, maybe even older, like, I got to slow down and I got to double down on what I built. And this might be his exit. Listen, I don't know a lot of things, but I'm pretty sure that this might actually happen. We'll see. That would be absolutely crazy though. ISO Speed being acquired for his brand rights for a private equity firm to use it for AI alternatives. All right, if you want more breakdown about different acquisitions that happen in real time throughout the day, throughout the week, make sure to follow this YouTube channel, hit that like, subscribe, add your comments down below. Starting off rough, I think the only thing I really have that's decent is this camera that I'm using. But everything else is starting off rough, so feedback is much appreciated. Peace.